Welcome to Business 301, Business Analytics. This first little video is going to look at the syllabus and just kind of give you some preliminary information about this summer blended session that we're going to be doing. My name is Professor Dean, and I will be guiding you through the course. So the best way to reach me is by email at my maine.edu account. It's matthew.dean, the number 1, at maine.edu. Make sure you get the number 1 at the end of my last name. You should expect about a 48-hour response time. Sometimes I'm faster, sometimes I'm a little slower, but that's just the way it is. Office location, in case you are on the Portland campus any other time, I probably will not be, but in case you want to stop by, it's Luther Bonney Hall, room 309. And again, the best way to reach me is by email. So what is this course? We are going to study the scientific process of transforming data into insights for making better decisions. That's all we're doing, data-driven decision making. And we're going to look at 3 broad areas to do it. So it can be broken down into descriptive analytics, predictive, trying to forecast into the future, and prescriptive, making decision recommendations to decision makers. This course is going to be a little different than what you may have been used to before. One, it's a blended course. That means you're going to do a lot of your watching of videos and reading and all that stuff outside of normal face-to-face class time. And then we'll get together once a week to work on problems in groups. So what this is it's a learning assistance model. So what this means is I will have an undergraduate student who has taken this course before and done quite well in it, assisting me in the classroom, going back and forth between the groups. So what will happen is you'll do a bunch of preparatory stuff, come to class, and I will present a problem to you, and you will work in groups to try to solve the problem. As you're doing that, myself and the learning assistant will meander around trying to answer questions or trying to poke you in the right direction if you start getting too far astray. So the whole point of doing a learning assistant model type of class is that if you can explain what you're doing to the person sitting next to you, and they then understand what you're doing, so their confusion is gone away, then you truly understand it yourself. So you're going to be helping other students and yourself work through problems together so that you get a much deeper understanding so that you can keep that knowledge for longer as well. So I've been doing this model for a couple semesters in a normal face-to-face class over a normal length semester. But this time I'm going to try it in the summer, which is condensed. We have the same material that we're covering, only it's in half the time, and we're doing it blended. Right? So we're only going to meet once a week for 2 hours to do this stuff. You will struggle in this course. This is good. Learning takes effort. If it comes easy, that means you probably are not learning the correct stuff. All right, so that's what we're going to do. If you want to find out more about the learning assistant model, see if that actually pops up when I click on the link. Out on the USM website, if you just look at, if you search for learning assistant model, right, here's learning assistance program. So this is the normal, right, sage on the stage, I'm talking to everybody. Here's what I'm doing now. I'm going to be giving maybe some micro lectures, setting up the problem, telling you what it's about, and then myself and the learning assistant, there's only going to be one, is going to go around to the group. Right now it looks like we're going to have 4 or 5 groups total based off of the current enrollments. All right, so you can read more about this if you want. So we will be meeting face-to-face on Wednesdays. These are required meetings. There are 6 of them. The last Wednesday of the session is July 4th. We will not be meeting on July 4th because the university is closed, so we cannot get into the room. Plus, you probably have better things to do. So, I will be taking attendance. If you miss, it will affect your grade. So we'll meet in an active learning classroom, which is in Payson Smith room 301A on the Portland campus. So go to Payson Smith, go all the way to the 3rd floor, and go down to the one end of the hall from 10 a.m. to noon. You should come prepared to work in groups on exercises. I will tell you, I will try to send out emails before, like that Sunday or Monday before, saying, here are the things you should get done before coming to class on Wednesday so that you're ready to jump right into things. Right? It'll be reading, it'll be watching certain videos, etc. So, what are the learning goals for the course? There are really 4 big learning goals. Describe and explain the importance of business analytics and how they are applied in the business world. So you should be able to do that by the end of this course. You should be able to do all 4 of these by the end of this course. Analyze data and think logically and quantitatively about possible solutions. So quantitative means numbers, so we're dealing with a lot of numbers. Illustrate computer-based quantitative decision-making skills. Our primary tool in this class is Microsoft Excel. So you need to make sure that you have the most up-to-date Excel 2016 installed on your computer. Develop and assess tools that can be used in business. So we're going to look at a bunch of different ways that businesses can use data-driven decision-making is what we're doing. Syllabus, always check the one on Blackboard. It's the one that will always be current and overrides any previous versions. And let's see if I have a one up somewhere. Not that one. Nope. There we go. All right, so here's the syllabus, right? So again, it's a blended class. Meets on Wednesdays from 10 to 12. Course description, learning goals, which we just talked about. Navigation, I'll have another video showing you how to get around on Blackboard. And then textbook, let's see, probably go back here. We're using a custom textbook. It may be updated throughout the semester. You purchase it from LeanPub. That is a Canadian company. I've had some issues with students in the past saying that the cards don't go through. But if you call your bank, it shouldn't be a problem. It's primarily with credit unions seems to be the problem rather than actual banks. So this is a much, much cheaper option. The other option was for me to adopt a book that cost $200. So I found an easier way to lessen the pain for you. Right? And on Blackboard, there's a link to where to purchase the book also. So assessments, how will you be graded? Participation is 5%. That means you need to show up and actually participate in those 6 Wednesdays. There's an acquaintance quiz due very, very early in the course. It's worth 5% of your total grade. I'm doing that to make sure that you're on the ball and you understand what it is that's expected of you. We have 6 content quizzes, one for each of the primary units. That's worth 10%. I'll take the best 5 out of 6. I'll drop the lowest. You can do each quiz twice with the highest grade counting. Excel assignments, best 4 out of 5. So again, you can do each Excel assignment twice with the highest grade counting. If you miss something, it just gets dropped. Then we have 3 exams, exam 1, exam 2, final exam. The final exam is cumulative, right? And each of them are worth 20%. I do not accept late submissions ever. So back here, I said 5 out of 6 quizzes, 4 out of 5 Excel assignments. If you miss one because of life gets in the way, okay, that's the one that you miss. I don't care why you missed it, right? I just don't accept late stuff. So quizzes will be administered on Blackboard, 2 chances at each with the highest grade counting. These are generally multiple guess or true-false or multiple answer or matching questions. And again, best 5 out of 6 count towards overall course grade. Excel assignments, I'll give you a data file usually and then ask a bunch of questions about it. Best 4 out of 5 count. And you get 2 chances at that as well. You might have to interpret some of the Excel output, not just give me the numbers. Exams, they'll be administered on Blackboard. All of the exam dates are on the syllabus, and those are firm dates. You will have a 24-hour window to take the exam. It gets released at 12:01 a.m. on Blackboard the day of the exam. It's due at 11:59 p.m. that day. I will be available to answer questions via email on a very limited basis. Don't email me at 4:15 p.m. and think I'm going to get back to you that day. That will not happen. The exams are timed at 5 hours. Once you start the exam, the timer starts. You can save, go do something, come back in and re-enter during that 5-hour window. But once you open the exam, the timer starts, and at into 5 hours, you're done. The exam should not take you that long. If they do, you're not doing something correctly. And then the schedule can be found at the very end of the syllabus. All the dates are pre-scheduled and firm, so please take a close look at that. Actually, if we look at it, right, if we go all the way down, right, then we can see when the acquaintance quiz due on Tuesday, May 22nd, second day of class. Woohoo! We meet the 23rd, right? Here are the things we're going to be doing in class. That kind of stuff, right? First exam, June 1st, right? So make sure you mark all those days to make sure everything's working well. So there's a brief introduction to kind of the course syllabus and what we're doing.